Good Morning Cybertron is a podcast intended for adults and is not suitable for those under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Me Grimlock checking out Good Morning Cybertron while munching on cesium salami. Or is it beryllium bologna? Mmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good Morning Cybertron!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Good Morning Cybertron. I'm not quite as energetic as I was. I'm afraid that if I give that full dose of yell, that I'm going to pull the muscle in my back again. I was doing good, and then I bent down to pick up a fork I dropped. I'm dropping shit all over the place, and now I'm hurting again. We'll discuss a little bit more of that later. I welcome you. Thank you for showing up. Watch it. Pull up a glass of tea and a chair. Sit down, relax, let's sit a spell, listen to us talk. All the way from the wrong part of Canada where all the assholes are, it's Thomas. How you doing, asshole?
Self-inflicted wound.
It's not answering.
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. See that? Sounds like he wants to fight, like an asshole. All the way from what, surprisingly, is the nice part of Canada, the French-speaking part of Canada. I'm surprised as anyone else because I thought it was reversed. It's Tef Tef. How you doing,
No,
Tef?
the French are pretty polite here and, caring and beside a couple of crackhead on the corner. But,
I've had exactly one interaction with a French-speaking Canadian, and they wouldn't let me walk through their campground. Well, before you. They wouldn't let me walk through the campground to go to the bathroom. And it was like my camp was here, theirs was here, road, bathroom. And
where?
This was Cape Henlopen, Delaware. They were on vacation. Excuse me, may I walk through your campground occasionally so that I may partake of the restroom facilities here at the wonderful Cape Henlopen campground? No.
Wow.
All right, then. And then the lady who was pitching up their stuff in the campground, you can walk through ours. We don't care. And she actually, on the word care, she actually turned her head and care. Like that, and stared him down. And like 2 days later, whenever
He got murdered.
everybody was being rowdy, they started to be friends with us and went, you can walk through our campground now. I looked at them and went, too little, too late, you French bastard. But you're not a French bastard. You've proven to me that people can speak the frog language and still be good people. Oh, all the way from going from speaking frog to eating them, it's Kyle. How you doing there in the South, Kyle?
Not eating a fucking frog.
It seems like something out there gigging frogs and.
No, that's the French.
Oh, the French don't gig frogs. That's
They
hillbillies.
eat them though. How the fuck do they not?
They
how
eat
the fuck
snails.
Do they eat them if they don't get them?
You're mixing up your
They also
amphibians.
eat frog legs.
Okay.
I've eaten frog.
Yeah, so is my wife, and she's from the Bahamas. That's far south. That's further south than any of you fuckers here. Oh, how you doing there, Walter?
We're doing.
Oh, I was teaching my boss's niece about the French Revolution. Not the French Revolution. Sorry, drugs again. The Russian Revolution, and like we got to the part where they're and they actually said it in the fucking textbook. Yeah, and then he allied himself with a strange, crazy-eyed wizard that smelled like a goat. And like, I know a guy who's related to them. Yay! And all the way from sunny California, it's Xavier. How you doing, buddy?
Fucking, you want to make a drug deal, buddy?
I
Can help hook you up.
Dude, It's a thing where, like, I was laying on the couch. I'm going to give everybody the Cliff Notes version. I tried to take a nap on Sunday and really hurt myself quite badly. Welcome to being 50.
Scott threw up his hand in pain and went, "No, I have a UFC match in 5 minutes."
I laid down.
The idea of trying to do like Kama Sutra but solo, you know?
Yeah. I wish I had that kind of flexibility to even like. I might be able to pull this off. I know for a fact.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah, that's those days.
I know the feeling.
Days are over, baby. I'm never gonna get to suck my own dick. Hi,
Never made it out of
YouTube.
dry dock.
But I laid down and I got up and went, "Oh, my back feels weird." And like by that night, it's like my back really hurts. And I go to work on Monday. Jesus, my back is getting worse. And I go to work Tuesday and holy fuck, it's 11 a.m. and I gotta leave. I can't take this anymore. And then we make it to today, Wednesday. And I woke up and went, "It's not happening today. It's not happening. I'm not moving today." And I get myself to the doctor. And I'm thinking, because if I hold my head like this, the pain sometimes goes away. So I'm thinking, oh, I've got a pinched nerve in my vertebrae. That's what's going on, right? And it was a thing where I get to the doctor, and like they're going, "Does it hurt here?" No, da, you know, and they go, "Okay, we think you've got a little bit of a sprain in your trapezius muscle. We're going to give you a dose of steroids and a dose of Toradol. Now you're going to drop stuff all day, and take your pants off because we can't give this to you in the arm, right? And then we're gonna get an X-ray and see if we're right." that just hit me. Wait, you're gonna do the X-ray? You're gonna do the X-ray after you give me the drugs? Just verifying things, right?
Drop your pants off because this is not a syringe thing. It's a suppository.
Also, aren't you the janitor?
Yeah, take an X-ray of that dong. Anyway, so I take the X-ray and I'm sitting there, and like I could tell the drugs are. By this point, it's like about 20 minutes in. And I can tell that there's something going on, but I really don't feel it, and I really don't feel it right now. But it must be working because I'm not crying in pain right now. And they come back and they go, "Your trapezius muscle seized up. They go, it's the worst we've ever seen here. This is." I said, "Well, this is an eye care. This isn't a hospital. So it's, that's like oh, you're the first person to get a home run in the school of 24 people, So I'm not too concerned about that. But I mean, it is. They said this is bad. I said, well, how long till the Torador kicks in? They go, it should be kicking in already. Well, what about how long until it's better? 4 days? It's like, oh, Christ. So I'm dealing with
Anyway, donate to Scott's Patreon. He's demanding drug money.
No. I'm laying on the couch. Laying on the couch, and Ariana's coming up to me, and she goes, "Honey, you need to learn to relax and stuff like that." She goes, "It's because she goes, your muscles are always tense and you always work so hard." And she's right, I do. I work 3 different jobs, right? And it's a thing where it's like, doing all this stuff. She goes, "You need to learn to relax." And she goes, "I can't wait to start working so you can take some time off." And she goes, "It's a real shame that drugs aren't legal because I really think some heroin might help you." Like in this case, I'm looking at her going like, I think heroin would actually help, but I don't think we want to mix in the cocktail of everything we've done. And plus, I don't want to get addicted. Ha ha.
I know someone. I can help you.
I live in Johnstown. I'd have to walk next door. Like that's. I'm
Scott,
sorry.
you want to huff some paint with me, baby?
UPS style.
You want to huff some paint with me? We'll get some gold paint,
Yeah.
the best shit, right? And we'll just start huffing. You'll feel better in no time,
I'll
baby.
just go over to David's house with like a measuring cup. I appear to be a lot of horse. I was wondering if you could give me a scoop. I hate to be bothered, but can I also borrow needles?
It sounds like a Dr. Hibbert moment. It's like, I will have no part of this. Can you give me somebody name of somebody who will? Yes.
Yeah. Dwayne Marsh says, "I made it. Good morning, Cybertronians." There's a Bill Review says, "Hey, guys." After that little story, just so you know, the show will go on, but I'm gonna probably have to hop in and out to lay down and get my back situated.
Like a pussy.
Consciousness mid podcast.
I almost missed the podcast today. I'm laying in on the couch, crying, and I get up and my wife's talking to her mother on the phone, and my wife's accent gets super thick whenever she talks to her mom back in the Bahamas, right? And I come out and my wife goes, "What you doing up and walking around, eh? You get back to bed. Be your best friend, I will." But like I got up and I looked at the clock and I went, "It's 5 till 7. I usually do something 5 till 7 on Wednesday." Oh shit, honey, I need to sit down there. And she moved away.
Cartwheel over.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh well, there's a birthday. Are we ready to wish somebody we know happy birthday? Ooh.
Who is it?
It's TFW 2005.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, TFW 2005.
I was gonna say we will have to do the best kill, but it's gonna be hard to do best kill the website.
25 years old today. Do they have the main one changed? Yeah,
3 days ago.
Yeah, they do. Well, we can't. We weren't around 3 days ago. I was busy trying to make it through a day of work.
Man, talk about the trifecta. Not only was it Happy Easter, it was also 420 Weed Day, and Hitler's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also Black Ops 6 dropped Blunt Man and Chronic for Jay and Silent Bob.
Damn.
So you can play as Blunt Man and Chronic in Black Ops 6.
Wow.
That got a giggle out of me because I knew they fucking timed it perfectly.
Does Chronic say Naganooch when he fires the gun and kills someone?
I'm not buying fucking skins from them. I don't want to support Activision's microtransaction bullshit.
Isn't Bethesda once again releasing a game they already made?
They already did. They already shadow dropped it. It's out. You can play it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle. Sell me a game that's actually finished.
Well, the game on its own is good. It's mainly just cosmetics for the multiplayer.
Naganooch.
You know, I'll wait for the greatest hits version that comes out in about a year or two when they, when they have all the stuff that's just on the game, on the fucking game.
I will tell you this about Call of Duty: they need to change the fucking branding, because the in-game currency is called COD points, which is just the letter C and the letter P. I don't know if I can get away with even saying that. Those who don't know,
points.
Look it up. Don't look it up. Wait, shit.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Watch list.
Oh, fuck.
Kyle's trying to get the whole internet on a list.
Exactly.
Good. Shut the whole fucking
everyone's
thing
on the
down.
If everyone's on the list, then nobody's on the list.
Kyle just said he wants to shut the whole internet down. You know we're on the internet right now, right? Like, not only is everybody on the internet, everything is on the internet. My fucking crock pot is on the internet. There's a goddamn electric blanket that has an app to download for it. I didn't think... Yeah,
it's obscene, isn't it?
It's kind of weird. My wife wanted to buy this electric blanket at Ollie's, but it was like $80, and there was an app you had to download for it. And let's just get the $30 electric blanket that plugs into the wall like they've always done. I don't need a blanket that can be hacked. It's...
Some dingus on fucking 4chan's gonna hack into your electric blanket and burn your house down.
Yeah.
She's gonna tighten you up until you suffocate.
Yeah.
But I'll be toasty warm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Oh, my fucking
This
God.
is worth the $50 a month charge for the online service.
Right?
So TFW's been around 25 years. How long has this show been around?
13.
13, yeah.
13?
No,
Shit,
14.
I actually remember being in high school and being on those boards and like thinking when 2005 came around, and everyone was like,
it was 5 years old.
Where's
I only discovered 2005 because of the Transformers movie, and they were the one where all the traffic was driven at the time. Google was not a thing at the time. So TFW 2005 is where everyone literally had to go. News outlets, fans, anyone who wanted to write a story or get an opinion piece, they had to go to 2005. And I found out what 2005 was because of the Transformers movie. They were the shit back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
2007, the summer of 2007, you couldn't fucking like throw a rock and not hit something about the Transformers movie because people were like, this shit looks amazing. And this is a Bay film. Bay's reputation was already in the shitter back then. And yet somehow this movie was about to, you know, make him reborn.
There's a neat little bit of trivia I like about the website TFW 2005. Like, and they're the best Transformers website out there, bar none. You know, Cybertron's nice, T-Former's nice, but TFW 2005, that's who I go for my news. It's one of the few websites I visit every day. This is the website that broke Paul Welker's death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy from Fast and Furious. Paul Walker?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. It was very close.
Paul Welker was like related to Frank Welker.
Paul Walker. Sorry. This is the website that broke the death. Somebody on TFW 2005 like lived near where it happened, and they got word, and like you can like just it's the most visits the site's ever gotten in history is because of Paul Walker's death. So just, I guess what I'm saying is post anything on here to make it famous.
Oh, dude, I fucking remember the thing that really like got me super excited was Fans Project was one of the very first companies to put out product that just fucking tickled. Just everyone had to have whatever Fans Project was doing.
I remember their first thing was the cliff jump. The first thing that I ever saw from them was the cliff jumper upgrade.
Yeah.
They had one. No, they had one before that, and I don't know if you remember this. It was an on-card, super simple upgrade for Alternity Optimus, which included like a gas can and a new gun. That was their very first project.
Man,
and
I got it.
And it got like 50 pages worth of comments when it debuted on TFW.
And now
people
you just print that shit out.
Now you print it out, but back in the day when it was happening, people were like, what is this? What's going on? And it was insane how much traffic they were generating just with like an upgrade kit that they were tooling around with. And then, you know, that's when the cliff jumper started. That's when the disappearing Optimus trailer thing, City Commander, on and on, right?
Yeah.
Anything they banged out nearly crashed the website for days on end. And it was just like TFW was such a hub. And like Vangelis was getting involved in the chat because he had, you know, WTF at TFW at the time. And he was still lurking a lot. Like he hit up everything on there. And you could see Vangelis commenting on things about Fans Project. It's like, dude, Vangelis is here and he's talking about it, how great this is. And that just drove more people to talk about it. And it was like, oh my God, this is great. The interactivity of this.
I think probably the worst I've ever seen the TFW 2005 was the ridiculousness of Play With This 2.
What happened there?
Well, Play With This 2, this was a company, it was going to be a third-party company that was putting out like He-Man, like Motu versions of the Pretender shells, right? And good friend of the show, Trent Troop. I love Trent. God, Trent, hope you're feeling better, buddy. He was going to be part of it, right? But that fucking the fucking tiers, like what they should have done was like stick with one toy with a couple of extras for tiers, right? But they were releasing, here's this tier, here's this tier, here's this tier, and it's like with this tier you get figure A and figure D, but if you go with this tier, which is $5 more, you get figure D and figure A and 5 guns. Now down here on this, you get figures B, C, G, and L. But then if you go to this tier, which is $15 more, you get figures A, B, C, D, L, a super mysterious repaint of figure L that we're going to call L7. And it was just like there was no real clear way to order all the toys. It was cost expensive. And then a user on here, and I am going to call him out because, I mean, there's an article about how fanatic he was. The user was named Scaleface. Scaleface got so rabid about it, a lot of people thought this was like a plant from Play With This too. And it turned out he just went nuts over this project. And like, from what I understand, like, according to the article, the guys from Play With This too had to go to Scaleface and go, look, I know you like the product. Can you calm it the fuck down, please? It was like there's a whole article. Let's see here. See if I can find it. Play With This too. Hobby drama.
I just remember getting my very first news credit on TFW 2005. That was the thing. Was just like being a fan of Fans Project. One of the things that happened was they had a fundraiser going on where you could get one of their limited edition mini-cons. And I received it, and I posted a video about it, and I got front page news. It was just like, the new Fans Project is just something or other, blessers here. And I was like, oh, I made it to the front page of TFW. Fuck yeah. Got 20 likes.
I am going to go over to the Facebook group. So if you belong to the Good Morning Cybertron Facebook group, I'm going to link this right to you guys so you can read it here. This is the short life of Play With This too by Hobby Drama. Paste, and this is the best article I've ever found. Honestly, I'd love to turn this article, if I had the funds, I'd love to turn this into an article about a documentary about this article, about Play With This too.
Are you gonna wear like the Savannah gear and you got the pith helmet and you brush aside like the grass and go, all right, check it out, mates.
No, I'm just sitting. I'm sitting in like a very red high back top chair and with like a cigar and a pith helmet and a monocle. And it was the mid 2000s. Oh, isn't that right, Chumley? And then you're over in the other chair, Xavier, going, yes, quite.
Quite.
Let's see here. And just so you know, I'm not one of the main resources. Here it is. He gets his own, the Saga of Scaleface. He gets his own section in this article.
The saga.
Yeah. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, here, I'm going to highlight this. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, this would be the part of the story where I reveal that Scaleface is actually a company plant, or Rick Alvarez himself, who would get so religiously worked up about a toy line that's shown off nothing but concept art without being paid to do so. And that's the thing. He would. I have no idea why. As you can imagine, he became quickly a rather contentious figure, and if anything, his zealous defense of the company seemed to turn people off more than interest them, with one person openly admitting to canceling a large pledge because they couldn't stand him. He may not have been employed, but he seemed to be, for all intents and purposes, the company hype man. He did more to promote the product than the actual company representatives in the thread, who didn't even use an avatar until someone suggested it, and this was not a good sign. Yeah, this was... Yeah. And I'd like to say I don't know who this Scaleface dude is. I do.
Oh, man.
I do.
It's secretly you.
Oh, my God. He's butted heads. Him and I have butted heads before on and off show. But anyway.
Oh, shit.
Ninja Bill says, hey, guys, hope you get to feeling better. Dude, I got drugs coursing through me, Ninja Bill. It's just a matter of time. Belusha says, in reference to my wife, is she Welsh? That sounded pretty Welsh. She could be. Ninja Bill says, I used to frequent that site often. Not sure why I don't anymore. Good site. Great site. Crossbones Koopa says, hello, I found Solus Prime and Fugitive Wasp at Walmart. Ninja Bell says, speaking of skins, the NFL crossover. Oh, we'll get to that, baby. We'll get to that. Doot. Wait a second here. Wait, what? I swear to God, we had the NFL crossover here. Well, here, I'll get it up. Don't worry. Oh, shit. Hold on. I fucked
what
up.
the fuck?
I fucked up bad. This
X
is.
videos.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm a human being. Close multiple tabs to the right. Remember?
It's not even there. I'm just hoping to give you up.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, I fucked up pretty badly just then. This is what I get for making fun of the Lord that is Scaleface.
Hey, thanks for putting this on your article on Alpha Wiki.
International Man of Mystery.
International Man of High Autism.
Yeah, Lord Protector of third-party companies that don't make things.
Yeah. Let's see here. I swear to God, I'll
really likes Action Force.
Let's see here. Well, and we'll get this up. And we'll get this up. This is me doing the show notes all over again. Somebody else is having a birthday. They're not 25, they're 40. It's this beautiful 40th anniversary Optimus Prime Retro G1 figure that I didn't know existed until 37 minutes ago whenever Tef. Can we put this in the show notes? Hell yeah, we can put it in the show notes. $75 for this bad boy. Looks to be a very comic and cartoon accurate Optimus Prime. White legs, white bumper.
The problem is it's the G1, not the missing link, so...
Oh, so they could have made this better, but didn't.
Yeah, totally.
They chose mediocrity.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to be mediocre anymore, boys. We have two missing link Optimuses.
Why the fuck would I spend $75 on this when missing link is not that much more expensive?
Yeah.
Or I could buy the KO missing
if you
link.
wanted to,
didn't they make one that was
you could
animation
also
accurate?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah,
It was cheaper than this?
Fuck if I know. I found out.
They did actually.
I made fun of that Supreme Optimus. Turned out one of my good friends ordered one. It's like, well, you're like the one person I wouldn't make fun of for this. I'm glad you got this. Nice. Damn. I'm not gonna say who it is. People know him.
What Supreme Optimus?
The red.
Oh,
Supreme...
the one from the company. Yeah.
Like, look. I know this dude. This dude's a badass. He's an amazing man. He's like one of the few people I wouldn't make fun of for buying it. It's
Chad Thundercock.
No. This dude is Chad Thundercock. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. Nothing can stop this man's conquest. And I was sitting in the doctor's office today getting injected in my butt and talking to him on the phone. Like I was messaging him through Instagram. Oh, you got it. That's nice. And he sent me a bunch of pictures of it. And it was just, no, this dude's Chad Thundercock, plain and simple. I have respect for you guys, but I don't respect a lot of people. Like I like a lot of people, but I like a lot of people, but I also look at the way they live their lives, and I'm there going like, I like you. You're a good guy. You're
a good asshole.
Yeah. You're like the smartest man I know, the most intelligent man I know. We're gonna call him George. George has an amazing job where he pulls down probably close to 200 G a year. He is amazing at what he does, and George is a little bit older than I am, right? Beautiful wife, 5 kids, right? Kids love him. He comes to me about 5 years ago. This is a guy I respected. He comes to me about 5 years ago. There's this 20-something teeny bopper who's taking computer science, right? And it's like, he goes, I'm thinking about having an affair with her. And I go, what? What the fuck, George? Like, I've seen your wife. She's really hot. He goes, yeah, well, I go, do you want to lose half your stuff, George? Yeah, well, I don't think Susan would do that to me. Yeah, she would. I know Susan too. She'd rake you over the fucking coals. No, I don't think so. You don't know her the way I do, right? Well, I lost a lot of respect for George. I'm trying desperately not to use his real name. I lost a lot of respect for George, but I stayed friends with him. And George is part of a group chat, and George recently came to the group chat. I just found out Rain is sending sexy pics to another dude, and he was fucking pissed about it. I'm like, are you having an affair? I'm the only guy that knows, right? And it's like,
wow, you are doing everything in your power to avoid talking about these NFL helmets.
Yeah, I know. So here's the thing. I like George, but I have little to no respect for him, right? Little to no respect. I respect my wife. I respect my wife amazingly to come back from the shit that she's gone through and, going for her doctorate in psychology. Mad props, getting 4.0 whenever she was told she was going to be nothing. Fucking mad props to my wife. I respect you guys. You guys are on the show with me. You're N-words that make shit happen, right? Ninja Bill, Belucius over in the chat, Ugly Wretch. They just went, I want to do a podcast. Peter, they made shit happen. Fucking goddamn Ultra Megatronus, Danny Dolphin. People that make shit happen. I respect that immensely. Tef, the reason we got to know Tef, mad respect for Tef, because he was just not sitting back being a consumer. He was being a creator, right? Mad respect. Because most of the people that I know, they consume, and the only reason that they create anything is because a boss pays them for it. 40 hours a week to slave behind a counter or something, right? No, I respect creators. Mad respect. So whenever my friend went, I got the Supreme, and I know all the stuff this guy's done, mad respect. You fucking earned that Supreme Optimus. You won it. He could have showed me a picture of a fucking sex doll. Look what I got. Hey, good for you, man. You earned it.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is about the NFL helmets.
I thought we were still talking about the 40th anniversary
yeah, we're
Optimus.
still on 40th Optimus, pal.
And the Supreme.
That's at the bottom of the list. What the fuck happened?
Fine, we'll go talk about the NFL helmets.
We'll talk about the NFL helmets.
There, look, there they are.
Cowboys.
All 4 teams of the NFL. There's only 4.
Jesus Christ. I was just like, are you fucking tripping?
Whatever the
right
G
now,
is, I have no idea what the fucking G is.
Green Bay Packers.
The hockey helmets ones.
Green Bay Packers. Why the fuck is it yellow?
Because it's the Green Bay Packers. Green is part of their color. But in summarization, KC, fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate Mahomes. I hate the Kelseys. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, go fuck yourself. And then Green Bay Packers, the only one that's going to be buying this is Tom Grossi, the super fan. Scott, I'm going to get you an NFL helmet because I know you're a Steelers boy, but what the fuck is this lineup? This isn't even an even split with the NFC, AFC. This is just all over the fucking place.
I already pre-ordered mine. I pre-ordered 2 of these guys. And Xavier's gonna hate me.
How much are they?
They're actually not bad. They're $25.
Yeah, they're
shit. I heard something about $50.
Nope.
So that's a bold-faced lie.
They're $25, and of the 4, there's only 2 different heads. You've got this head, and you've got this head. Right? The other ones, this is Steel Smash, which is the fucking greatest name ever for a football transformer, the Steelers. Steel Smash. And this is Star Blitz from the Dallas Cowboys. Same.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Same head. And then you have this dude from the Green Bay Packers, Tundra Prime. And then the Kansas City Chiefs, KC-59, has the same head as Tundra Prime. So I thought I don't really care about football too much, but I'll get 2 of the heads. So I got Steel Smash and KC-59. I'm sorry, Xavier. I didn't know.
These fucking splits in what the teams are. I understand KC because they're the hot shit, but fuck Mahomes. Fuck the Kelseys. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get my Reese's Pieces cereal and see their goddamn bearded faces on the boxes anymore. Fuck Dak Prescott. Can't stand the Cowboys. As a 49ers fan, the rivalry runs deep. Green Bay, okay, fine, whatever. I don't understand the appeal of Green Bay to a lot of people because it is just like basically a flyover state of a team. Like, you just have nothing. Jordan Love as their quarterback, he's a good kid, but he's young and he's green, ironically. So there's not a lot of juice there. And then Steelers, okay, I mean, fucking someone must be a fan of Ben Roethlisberger over at Hasbro Pawtucket Island. I don't understand how he managed to make the cut.
Yeah, I find it weird that that there's no Rhode Island team in this first
Thank you.
The closest thing to Rhode Island would have to be the Patriots, I assume.
The New England Patriots.
You don't have a team for every state. You have only a certain amount of teams to go around, and ironically, California has 4 teams. So where's our representation here? Like, we had the Raiders. They moved to Las Vegas. We still have the San Francisco 49ers. We have the LA Rams now, when they used to be the St. Louis Rams. So
I will say this. I am going to make a petition.
I don't understand.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Stop me before I keep ranting.
Okay.
What were you saying?
I'm going to make a petition that Steel Smash should be the new fucking, what do they call him? Mascot? Yeah. Steel Smash should be the new mascot of the Steelers. Because the mascot we have for the Steelers right now is the gayest fucking football player you've ever seen in your life. We have, and no shade to my gay friends out there. No shade at all. But whenever you have a character named Steely McBeam as your mascot, Steely McBeam, that's the name. Don't wear it out.
Bob the Builder is grandfather, man.
That's our mascot. This lantern. It's not even. It's the name.
What the fuck did it used to be?
It didn't used to be anything. We didn't have a mascot.
Oh.
Okay,
you want one
like his name was voted by 4chans, you know?
And we don't have.
You want one that's super fucking confusing? You got to look up the history of the Cleveland Browns, who are a team named after a color, yet they represent a dog pound as their mascot, and they don't even use the dog as their mascot. It's just called the dog pound.
Here, if you want to see what our actual mascot was before Steely McBeam, this is going to be stupid, but I fucking love it. This was our mascot.
The terrible towel. Yep.
There it is.
I knew you were going to.
There's the Pittsburgh. Everybody. I didn't even like football, and I somehow ended up with a terrible towel.
That's better than whatever the fuck I was just looking at.
Fucking right. It's better than Steely McBeam. Terrible towels are great. You took it to the thing. You got to wave it around. If the seat was cold, you could set it down on the seat. You sat on the terrible towel. You fucking spilled your beer. You could mop it up with the terrible towel. It was fucking. It was the most useful fucking mascot. Just a fucking wall of waving yellow. Just a
it
wall
caught on
of
too,
waving
which is
yellow.
the worst part.
Yeah.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Oh
yeah.
And people would do the wave with the terrible towel, and you'd see that. And I just realized I woke up this morning with an erection. I had morning wood, and if morning wood is a real phenomena, does that mean that there's a constant wave of erections as daylight goes around the planet?
Oh my God! I don't want to hear another fucking rendition of Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow whenever this figure drops.
Anyway, I'll either wait for the Saints one. I don't know. They look generic enough to be.
They are super
background
generic
stuff.
I just can't get over the decisions for some of these. Like, I get that popularity plays a huge factor and you want them to sell. But the other part of it is, too, they don't even bother to, like, change it up a bit. So if you have KC, Autobot, Dallas Cowboys, Autobot, Green Bay Packers, Autobot, Pittsburgh Steelers, Autobot, but nothing representing any, like, Decepticons, because no one wants to be represented as the bad guy. What about Calvin Johnson from the fucking Detroit Lions, who literally called himself Megatron?
Oh, yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger was a rapist. Can we make the Steeler one a Decepticon?
Give it a big enough beard.
Yeah.
Fucking don't even get me started on, like, some of these assholes that fucking need a Decepticon logo branded on their head like it's fucking Inglorious Bastards, and Brad Pitt's taking a knife to him.
Finally, my purple football Megatron will have someone to battle.
Nick Bosa of my team, the Niners, really fucking needs like a Decepticon logo on his fucking forehead for his support of MAGA.
Jeez.
It's not that deep, bro.
It's really that bad.
We have confirmation that all 32 NFL teams are getting done in this.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, they've already said they're doing it.
Yeah, JT
Are they doing it?
Been talking about that.
They're doing all of them.
I thought there were only
They're
4
all going to be
NFL teams.
Autobots, though. It's
Well,
all
there's
going to
only
be
4 in this
Autobots.
first wave, so they'll.
I was making a joke, Walter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the autism is so strong that you didn't realize I was making a joke that I don't know anything about football. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean for this to happen.
He's so sincere.
I'm so sorry, man. I didn't want this. Oh, this will be a funny joke. Scott only thinks there's 4 teams in the entire NFL.
Oh, I thought you meant
talking about
like they were only going to make these 4.
I'm sorry.
Isn't talking about the sports ball fun?
Yeah, apparently everybody has a lot more than me. I don't give a fuck. Watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, and that's about it.
You don't even need to watch the Super Bowl. Just watch YouTube.
Go to fucking YouTube and watch all the commercials there. And even the commercials are starting to suck. It's
commercials are starting.
The commercials.
Go onto YouTube to look up the Super Bowl commercials, and then get interrupted with another commercial when you're 15 seconds into the fucking video.
Right?
Not me. I got ad block, motherfucker.
Yeah, I do too.
So do I. It still keeps going through.
That's why you upgrade to uBlock.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've been advertising that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just hilarious.
Thanks for that tip, Scott. uBlock works like a fucking dream.
Thank you.
It does.
They
tried to say it wasn't supported anymore, and I got all antsy, and I realized, I can just say, nah, fuck you, I'm going to keep it.
I don't use uBlock. I use, what the fuck is mine? Give me a second. AdBlocker Ultimate. And AdBlocker Ultimate does really, really well.
I just use Brave, the web browser, and it has everything integrated in it, so I don't have to install anything and blocks everything already. So.
I feel like we shouldn't be talking about ad blockers, but fuck it, the people in the chat are the only people who watch.
Yeah,
anyway.
seriously.
And they come back every week.
Crossbones says, 40th, sorry, I'll stick to my missing link one. Crossbones also says, $70 KO missing link Optimus Warrior. He is 50% diecast. Belushi says, injected in the butt while on drugs. Grow up. That sounds pretty adult to me, Belushi. Dwayne Marsh says, I'm going to have to go to the Steelers one for a coworker. He puts up with me talking Transformers, and he's a Steelers fan. Belushi says, I'd get a Green Bay Packers one just to punt it out of the fucking window. I don't get these things. The closest I can get to these pop bottle ones, which are cool. I have all the soda bottle and soda can ones. They're Candors, the Cola Warriors. Dwayne Marsh says, the moon affects the tides. Maybe the sun affects our units. And Belushi says, my unit never sees sunlight. Not after what happened. Do you still have to register with the website? Fucking hell. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. People are getting their emails that HasLab Omega Prime has shipped.
Thank God.
And
look for this monstrosity.
Look what I fucking got in my email. My order has left the building.
Yep.
All right, Omega Prime.
They got that shit over here quick once those tariffs got threatened.
Yep. Oh, man, this is exciting. I'm excited.
Yep. Cool for everybody who got it.
How big is this box going to be?
Hold on here.
Probably about the same size as Victory Sabers.
Let me see here. Order history, search all orders, show filters. Let's see here. Do Omega Prime. See if they gave me a one matching order here. View details. Shipping method standard, payment method, shipping address, confirmed, shipped. I don't have.
You have to go to the old site to track it because it was a pre-update order.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna do that.
I remember that.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You can view your shipment if the info isn't there yet. Yeah, I just got this here. What was this? 5:56. So just about 3.5 hours ago, or 3 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
I'm actually really concerned about this. because I'm going to be gone for a while in the next week or so, and I don't want my package to get stolen off the front step or something.
Do you have a
Send
do
it
you have
my
a
way.
na-
I'll
do,
take care of it.
do you have a neighbor you trust?
Good one, Scott.
Maybe.
You maybe have a
It's
neighbor
just,
you can trust.
Maybe. Actually, I could probably try and see and ask my brother if he can.
Well, how far are? Okay, let me ask you this: is there a Dollar General close to where you're going to be?
Dollar General doesn't exist in Canada.
Oh shit! I would say just keep a real close eye on the tracking. Have a neighbor pick it up from your porch.
Does Toonie General have package pickup?
This is why I never
What is
go
that
anywhere.
prevalent?
No. But no, I'm excited for this. I'm the thing I'm most excited about this, blue bolts.
Oh, dude. Fucking the prize in the cereal box that is blue bolts.
Right. I wish they could have made. And here's a $50 one where it's just blue bolts. Well, I'll go with that.
Well, son of a bitch! And look at that.
Or if give me a yellow prime, I would have done that. That would have saved me a lot of customizing time. God damn.
I'm just happy that this is finally happening, just because now that this is being delivered, I can finally focus on fretting over the delivery of the next one.
Yeah. Next is Lio Kaiser, and then we have the joy this December of finding out what we're gonna fret over next year.
Woo! Taking all bets. Let's start a betting pool.
Oh, I'll be in on this shit.
Yeah, fucking knows.
So
Awesome.
I'm just gonna
Alleged.
ask. Is it based on the Western media or Japanese media?
I'll tell you after the show.
All right.
I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, we're getting Indonesian media. We're getting Power Packs and Billy.
I'll tell you after the show.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but it made.
You don't know about the Indonesian dub of Transformers?
No, and I really don't want to.
They're just gonna release Deathsaurus again, but they're gonna call him Steve.
Yeah, wasn't that when they actually had Zarak say Fortress Maximus has come himself? He actually said that.
Fortress Maximus has
That's
come
what I
himself.
said. Okay, I know a little about it.
Yeah,
Fortress
the Star
Maximus.
TV Malaysian English dub, where a lot of the fandom's early in-jokes first came from.
Fortress Maximus.
Yep, Billy, get the power pack.
Yeah, Billy is Blaster. Isn't he?
Soundwave has become new Soundwave.
What was Metroplex's? What was Metroplex's
No,
name?
you fuck off.
I'm Stickshot, ninja consultant to the Decepticons.
Yeah, everybody, if Transformer had a face mask, they just talked into their hands, like they were
This
doing a
is
shitty Bane
Unicron.
impersonation.
The Earth will soon be a
Batman.
part of me.
This is Unicorn.
I can't even remember what the fuck he said next because it's so unintelligible.
Like, what even is a ninja consultant? He's like, okay, so first of all, these are not historically accurate shuriken.
So the question is, are you going for historical accuracy or efficiency? Because if you want to kill somebody, the shuriken you need to use is called a gun.
Yeah.
Give that motherfucker an Uzi.
The ninja's modern offense against weapons, running away and hiding. Oh my god, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about Omega Prime. Fuck y'all, I don't care.
I can't wait just because it's gonna be the very first HasLab combiner, or like Duocon thing. So, fucking, I'm a huge fan of RID 2000 anyway.
It's
so
not.
I'm really looking forward to this. I can't find my old version of Fire Convoy right now anyway. So this is gonna be a nice replacement.
I know
Yes, you could
exactly
say
what
he's
mine is.
I know where mine is too. Like
I guess you could
I
kind of
put mine away
like
somewhere.
I don't have a lot of attachment to RD-2001.
Fuck. Moving on to looky what I found. hey there, Tef. You got a looky what I found?
Looky what I find. Nah, not today.
Oh shit.
The fuck was that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Well, how about you, Kyle?
Happens.
Nope, nothing.
Thomas?
Nope, sadly not.
God damn, Walter always has something.
Oh, I have something this week.
There you
go. Archcore. They finally revealed some color prototypes of their next Arena of the Ancient God release.
How big are these?
I think these are supposed to be scale-wise that they're. Ooh, I don't know because I don't have any of them in hand yet.
Titan size.
I was really looking forward to this.
This and the Castle Mech are a different scale from everything else that's come out. Because instead of it being the 1/30th scaled minifigures, they have these little slug figurines that are just one single molded piece.
Hey there, lady. You live around here much?
She does. She in fact lives in the Dragon
Castle Tower right there in the corner.
Jesus, man. Oh.
Yeah, this is a cool line. This is their Dungeons and Dragons meets Transformers line.
You guys remember my old pickup line? Oh, back whenever I was a player. Hey, baby, why don't you come over to my place? You put on soft music, I'll put on my Spider-Man pajamas. I'm going to do things to you that I'm going to tell my friends we did anyway.
Yeah, this set looks absolutely sick. The 3 robot dragons combining into a big castle robot.
Nice. Nice. How much does this go for?
They haven't announced the price yet, but going off of the price of the other one that they showed off ages ago, it's probably going to be about $200.
Okay.
Yeah, the listings on BB.
More with shitheads tariffs.
That's exactly the problem. I saw these last week on BBTS. They had them on their pre-order site, and I was just like, oh, they are starting to gear up for a release. And then at the very bottom, there's a big yellow warning sign saying the prices do not include the prices of tariffs. And I was like,
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, because the other release in this subline is currently $210 on Big Bad right now, and stands at about 9.45 inches tall, and it's so it's 160 scale, whereas the regular Archcore stuff is 130 scale.
Yeah, shit's so cake, but man, is it hell to get a hold of without working 3 jobs.
Yeah. I do have a second looky because since Kyle didn't have anything.
Please do.
We've had an unfortunate death in the community. The David Schleinkoffer, the artist who painted this piece.
I could have gone without knowing that. Listen,
he croaked about 3 days ago on the 20th.
Nothing goes as hardcore as this right here. These two motherfuckers.
The original art, no.
These two motherfuckers are fighting over nebulas, right? And for the longest time, this is the attention to detail here. For the fucking longest time, I thought Optimus had yellow Chinese eyes. No, that's just the laser beam reflected in Optimus's eyes from Starscream's blaster.
Yeah. Ain't that a kick? And Scott's still racist to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Why did the Transformer had to fly in the Ark in space when they can clearly fly in space normally?
Oh, no. This isn't them flying in space.
Dude,
this is them getting blown out of an airlock.
I can exist in grass, but I like to have a house, man. It's
I always thought that
the Ark is there to put their shit in.
When I was younger, I actually always thought that artwork was implying that he was squinting.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I wasn't racist to the point of thinking that this is a Chinese eye.
No. I thought as a 10-year-old Scott went, well, these are made in Japan. Obviously, he's going to have eyes that look like that. That's exactly where 10-year-old Scott's thoughts went. Now you got to remember, I had a grandfather who was a member of the Klan, right? My grandfather was a member of the KKK. Didn't know him very long. He died when I was 5. But I've come a long way. I've married a black woman. That's what we like to call progress. I like to think that my grandfather would fucking have a coronary if he knew his beautiful grandson married a big, tall black woman with huge breasts who's a foreigner, not even from this country. Scott, you bastard. How dare you marry anybody who's not white and from America? Jesus.
He's around you trying to hunt you, but it doesn't work.
Jesus, Grandpa, that doesn't sound like Cherokee to me. Xavier, do you have a looky what I found?
Someone in Arizona erected a bumblebee statue just for the fun of it, and now it's become a tourist attraction. It's just standing there by a cave entrance.
Let's see. It's just
a cave entrance?
Standing there by a cave entrance.
Menacingly, yeah. They just put it up, and people started to really gravitate towards it.
Let's see here.
So when did they start throwing sacrifices to the statue in the cave?
It's sacrifices, but it's like small electronics, like VCRs and iPhones that don't work and shit like that. Fuck. That's awesome. I'm not going to play this.
It looks better than the Michael Bay one.
Yeah?
All he asks for is a meager sacrifice of rare earth metals.
God damn, if you were smart and a real fan, you would have made a statue of Waspinator in his throne. Just saying. That's what a real fan would have done. Cave entrance, Waspinator in his throne. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Tell me. I hurt myself just now.
Just like Johnny Cash.
I hurt myself today. Belushi says, I can swim, but if I'm going to Australia, I could use a boat. Crossbones Koopa says, rest in peace. Love that art. Dwayne Marsh, I have one of them already. We just need the Primus ball. Dwayne, he says, I'm hoping for another beach ball. Crossbones, you know what would be better, Dwayne? 2 beach balls. Crossbones says, I'll wait for the knockoff of Mega Prime somewhere. Some Chinese company will KO him. I thought that about Unicron. I really thought we were going to have a KO HasLab Unicron. That shit never happened.
Right?
Yeah.
That was one of the things, too, because after it launched and I was unable to secure funding, I was just like, well, it's got to be someone's idea to knock this off, right? It's already in the hands of China, which means someone's already got, like, blueprints of it in 50 different bodegas ready to go printing, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely zero radio chatter. It's like, how does no one want to do that?
I kind of wonder if... I kind of wonder if, like, this is a piece of engineering that has to be made from the original molds. You can't really redo it and make it work at that size. And I wonder if Hasbro didn't keep a fucking eyeballs on this with security 24/7.
Yeah, well, my thought was that maybe that they were cease and desisting anybody who attempted.
Possibly. We never even heard of an attempt, though, you know? That kind of stuff usually leaks, never even an attempt.
It could be such a money maker. You'd think they knock it off the first chance they get.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been that the whole incident with Studio Cell. Hello?
Mm-hmm. No, we can hear you, asshole.
Yeah.
I don't think I forgot.
Oh.
Real slick there. Almost didn't hear it.
Thank you. Go ahead there, Thomas.
The bullshit Hasbro pulled with Studio Cell.
I was trying to say that.
What did you do? You fucking broke his brain.
I did. I'm sorry, Thomas. I was just making
I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ!
I know
had to
exactly
apologize
what he's trying to
twice.
say.
I was just making a joke, man. God damn. I'm sorry.
I was just trying
If
to.
Scott has.
You keep interrupting him.
I was.
Sorry, Thomas. Please.
Well, if you remember, Hasbro actually did a cease and desist against the Studio Cell one when it first came out.
Yes, they did.
Just before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And that
maybe
still
maybe
made
that
it
had
out.
something to do with it.
Oh, definitely did. Definitely did. Because they did a fans project. We're going to do some Junkions, and they did a cease and desist on them. And those Junkions never came out, and it was because they were doing the, what was it? The Reveal the Shield Wreck-Gar, I think. Oh.
And then X Transbots did a whole bunch, and they're actually really good.
Yeah. Moving
I
on.
really wanted the fans project version. The fans projects versions were going to be able to be a 2-pack. They were going to specifically sell it as a 2-pack because they wanted you to be able to put one of the Junkions on the other one in the alt mode, so a Junkion could ride a Junkion, just like in the movie. When one got knocked down, he immediately transformed and let the other one ride him.
The other the Transbots ones, they were released in pairs with that in mind, so that you could like have them ride each other.
Moving on to reinforcing some Cybertron, I didn't get a goddamn thing this week. Not a thing. I got some Godzilla stuff, but
nice. What'd you get?
Something.
What did I get?
Speaking of Gojira, I did see -1 finally on Netflix.
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah, that's right. You called me whenever you called me while Ariana and I were having our little date night and watching Godzilla -1. What did you think of Godzilla -1?
Really good. Like,
I loved it.
It's stunningly, incredibly good. There was just a few things that I was just like, okay, this is a huge fucking cliche, which is like a red flag because I know what's going to happen next because this is such a cliche. Some of the makeup kind of sucked just because it's like, oh no, the fallout from a Godzilla heat ray blast has really fucked me up. And then to show that someone's really fucked up, they just put a bandage over their eye. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're fine.
I like.
Well, that 10 out of 10 movie.
That the bandages on that person in the very first Godzilla 1954 King of the Monsters, one of the main characters has the exact same bandages, like in the same patterns after being attacked by Godzilla. So that was a little homage to the 54. That, don't get me wrong, that's a deep fucking cut. You know, but yeah, she has the same bandages, like the one over the eye and what have you. So,
Godzilla -1, I like the 10 minutes that Godzilla is there in the whole movie, but the rest, I didn't like it. It's just one guy just crying for an hour because he didn't commit suicide or whatever.
Yeah, that's also a human story, my friend.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, but I want to see Godzilla, not the guy crying because he didn't do
That's the brilliant thing about the movie, though. It's like it establishes Godzilla, but even though Godzilla's not there, he looms over the entire movie. So even though he lacks presence, you feel his presence. It was such a brilliant thing where it's just like he is in the movie for not a lot, but the impact of him showing up is great. And him just being in the background informs the whole movie. And it's like, wow.
Well, I don't know, man. I want to see Godzilla. Not...
Respectfully, Tef, and I get you. For like the fun American Godzillas, yeah, I want to see Godzilla. I want to see that.
Well, don't get me even fucking started on Kong versus
He looks
Godzilla.
fucking great, though. When we see it, he's like the best looking fucking Godzilla we've seen in years.
That whole thing where the fucking fins pop out and go up. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord, he coming. Right? And,
I know.
But for me, like I even told Ariana, I said, this was a good movie. This would have been just as good. I would have watched this, even if it would have been a thing like instead of Godzilla, let's say it's a hurricane coming, that for some reason only he has the ability to stop, or he has a chance at stopping, or if it's something else. It didn't even have to be a monster film. I thought this was just a good film about regret and shame. And what have you? I
it tied together nicely. Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful thing about what you're saying. It's like it even still to say it echoed what the original Godzilla was. You know, it's like there's regrets, there's trauma. It dealt with all of that, and like I said, there was a few cliches where I was like, I can see what you're gonna do now because you relied on a cliche. But other than that, this is still a really good film on its own.
Right.
And like I said. The thing that really impressed me was Godzilla's presence hung over the entire film. He wasn't on camera, but it's like his presence was fucking there. And it's like, that's incredible, because I watched Kong versus Godzilla and I was like, what a piece of shit. Thank God the merchandise is great, because this movie sucks.
I remembered what it was. I got the Kairyu Mecha Godzilla.
Nice.
From the first Kairyu with the blue backpack. That's what I got. Thomas, buddy, my pal, my lovely friend that I cannot live without. What'd you get this week?
Yeah, asshole. What'd you get?
Nothing.
Thank you, Xavier.
I haven't got any money.
Oh.
I haven't got any money.
Tef, how about you, buddy?
So.
I did a video review this morning that I uploaded about the green truck from Li Yang, the green delivery truck that I was pretty cool. I got that. I got the Magic Square the Nemesis version. I got it really cheap, like $50 new. So that's good. And I also finally found the first Constructicons to U series.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And I got the primers in the mail, and the Bingo Toys Jazz that is coming up in a couple of days.
I'm gonna order that little mini Primus this Friday. That's my Friday get, man. Oh, Kyle, buddy, how about you?
I've got nothing. Everything I got's in transit, so it'll probably be here.
Right on.
Next week.
Right on. Walter, how about you, buddy?
Got a scrapper.
Got a scrapper.
Ooh.
He's a little scrapper.
Scrapper.
Actually, I got two.
Scraper.
I got two scrappers.
Because Amazon fucked up the delivery. Because my apartment number is 130A, but there's also just a 130 here in the same complex. So they dropped off. The package with my scrapper here at 130. So naturally, I got on the phone and yelled at someone on Amazon and told them you had sent my shit to the wrong fucking address. So they got a replacement sorted out for me. 2 hours after I hung up on Amazon, I get a knock on my door. It's my neighbors from 130 saying, "Hey, somebody dropped off a package for you." So they dropped this off at me, so I have an extra scrapper now.
You stole money from Jeff Bezos? Good for you.
Yes, I did.
Good for you.
The $27. I took $27 out of his dick rocket fund.
There we go. Oh my God.
Oh no, I can't have it. Oh no, my giant robot can't hold a gun now.
No, give it 7 seconds. He can hold any fucking gun. He'll make that money back. Oh my God. Xavier, buddy, how about you? Any reinforcements this week?
I did. I found Walmart gears on card, so I picked him up. My coworker, the Hot Wheels nut, found me Hot Wheels Optimus Prime in truck mode, which is really sweet of him, because he said you will never find this on the shelves without fighting someone for it. Because apparently on the Hot Wheels side, the Transformers stuff is really, really hard to get. So that includes, and I didn't know this either, and I don't even know if we mentioned this, there's an Ultra Magnus car carrier, like a super deluxe version of a Hot Wheels that's out there somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
So so they have like these giant size Hot Wheels that they do where it's just like a trailer and a car version, and they did one for Ultra Magnus as well. And he's been out for a while, apparently, but no one can find him because he's incredibly popular and they want him.
Do what I did.
The guy that I know worked at this store, and they received like a whole crate of Hot Wheels, and there was one Magnus in the whole freaking crate.
And what they do is they go to these stores, like Tef said, they ask to see what's in the case, because when you find the one in Hot Wheels, the idea that you can find the one rare car, they are called treasure hunts. So I guess that's what Ultra Magnus is. He's an ultra premium, ultra exclusive brand license deal of another company, license.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, people want him, and he's going to be hard to secure. But I definitely want Ultra Magnus at some point, because now he completes the collection.
Right on.
And then just today, Walmart had G2 Grimlock and Wheelie, so I picked him up.
I'm skipping G2. I'm skipping G2 Grimlock. I got a Combiner Wars or Power of the Primes Grimlock over here at KO that I'm going to paint up. I'm going to paint the whole team up G2. Just save myself that extra $55 times 5. So
Good on you, but here's the thing: I have out of package the Toxitron version.
Yeah, me too.
Of Grimlock.
Me too.
And I seriously think teaming him up with Blue Grimlock is going to look fucking amazing.
Just a rainbow of Grimlocks.
Dude, it's so amazing seeing Grimlock get all these fancy colors, and it's just like, I just want to put them all together on a shelf. I don't know why, but multicolored dinosaurs. This is welcome to my Jurassic Park.
Going over to the
just want to get.
Going over to
I
the
kind of just
chat.
want to get the G2 Slag and Snarl.
Going over to the chat, Crossbones Koopa says, I got the MST3K channel. -1 is amazing. I hope -1 goes into 84. Ninja Bill says, Godzilla -1 should have been a bunch of guys on boats. Sorry, was making supper, but listening in. A bunch of guys on boats who incidentally run across Godzilla, who was on his way to suck on a reactor like a man at a woman's teat. I mean, yeah, okay. I like that too. Oh my God.
Boats were in there. Boats were definitely in there.
Definitely in there. I like the whole nod to the Spanish Armada that they did there, that the large boats can't really handle Godzilla, but the small ones have a better chance. You know, the nice little nod to the Spanish Armada.
That was a good scene too.
That was great. That one fucker with a gun and a 20-year-old mind takes down Godzilla. You know, that was fucking awesome. Man. Godzilla's just laying there
for half a second.
Yeah, for half a second, Godzilla's like, it's fucking stroked out because half his brain is gone. Oh my God.
That was a great scene.
Any big plans this week, gentlemen?
Maybe, I don't know, rob a bank?
That would be nice.
Well, I think I know. Guys, come on, let's do this like a fucking Ocean's 11 deal. Nerd 6.
I'm still binging
Who's the getaway driver?
Sledgehammer, and Jesus Christ, I finished the first season. I don't know if you remember how the season 1 ended.
Yeah, with the bomb going off.
He fails to the Zamorsa fucking nuclear bomb, and the whole city's wiped out. The end. Let's continue to be continued. Season 2. Season 2 starts. This season happens 5 years before the events. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Even though Dory wasn't around 5 years ago, here she is.
Exactly. She's still our partner. Fuck it. We don't care.
Yeah. So the story is
time travel.
Yeah.
But man, that show is so hard to follow because it's so sexist, man. It's not even trying to hide. It's so nihilistic and sexist, and even for myself, like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Which show?
Sledgehammer.
Oh.
That guy is like a cop, that really bad cop, and he gets like this super hot, fucking great cop chick that tags along with him, and he's so fucking sexist against her. It's so bad, man.
It's amazing. It's
You'll have a blast with James Bond, any of them.
Yeah.
That's the big takeaway.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, written James Bond, like James Bond novels. Oh, the best.
Oh
like,
my
where he just
God.
flat out. He calls the women he rapes prizes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm not.
Novel James Bond is a horrible. Comic book James Bond's pretty bad too. He's not a good person. Not a good
Movie
person.
James Bond isn't a good guy either.
No. Ninja
There's
Bill
some
says
bad
the
writing
James
and some of
Bond
that
novels
stuff.
are amazing. I agree.
Yeah,
They're really.
I got a few problems with them.
They're really good. They're really good insights to just what you can get away with if you work for the government. It's my god.
They're especially glorious when you realize that about half the shit that happens in them probably happened to Christopher Lee.
Oh yeah. Crossbones Koopa says Johnny Dollar versus James Bond. I'm sorry, Johnny Dollar. Like, are we talking an all-out fight? Like just a fucking fist fight between Johnny Dollar and James Bond? I'm going to have to go Johnny Dollar. Look, sure, James Bond works for MI6, but Johnny Dollar works for the insurance agencies. Don't fuck with them.
IRS?
Like, it can even be a Pyrrhic victory where it's like, it's like James Bond kills Johnny Dollar, and then he goes and finds out his insurance has been canceled and he can't afford health care and dies in an apartment from his wounds 14 years later as he's suffering the entire time. Yeah. Fuck. We don't want that. You don't fuck with Johnny Dollar. Do not fuck with Johnny Dollar. Plain and simple.
Johnny Dollar has an expense account.
Yeah, yeah. Bullets aren't cheap, my friend. I'm going to go lie down. Thank you so much for being here. Please check out Tef's channel. Awesome little review you did there. I'm in so much pain and so drugged up that I can't remember what it was.
The green truck.
Thank you. Thank you. Crossbones Koopa has a wonderful channel as well. He doesn't put up nearly enough. Ninja Bill, Belucius, Christopher and Pete over at Ugly Wretch's channel. Check out Ultra Megatronus's channel. He does some beautiful stuff. Raziel Kane finally getting into Patriot Prime. Really, really happy with the stuff Patriot Prime's doing. And I'm going to go lie down and take some more ibuprofen and maybe some Benadryl to get some sleep. And I want to have a chat with the Hat Man. Have a good night, guys.
Maybe jerk off in the cushions.
Jerk off. We're staring. That's my goal tonight. I'm going to jack off with my injured arm while staring the Hat Man directly into where his eyes should be. That's
I mean,
a fucking
I know that's
flex.
more of that's a Thursday thing. But you know what? Fuck it. It's an emergency. Now it's a Wednesday
It's
deal.
an emergency.
Yeah.
Now's the time to
We'll allow
do
it.
it.
Establish eye contact with the abyss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? You like that? The Hat
I like
Man.
it when you blink back.
Come on. Blink. Oh, yeah. It's fucking hell. That would be a flex. Paranormal ain't going to fuck with me. I fuck with it.